the sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically...
When are you going to be forfeiting the 3 points for today's no-show?
They could forfeit the points. We're calm. We're still in the top 4, unlike certain man still. Do you get me? Anyway, it's a bit spooky for you. Oh, it's all right, man. It's all right. So FSG out on that. It's cool. Anyway, obviously today we're meant to be Super Sunday, United, Liverpool, and then United fans, many fans, I think might have been in the thousands, have been in and around Old Trafford. They somehow managed to get inside the actual stadium. There's talk of fans in the dressing room. That's nuts to be. Like, I know there's probably like 3 security guards there. One's probably having a young Greg's. Yeah. There's actually a picture of a guy that's opening the gate.
To be fair, like you guys have Dan James in there every week. So.
Yeah, it's true. And I can't lie, if I'm a security guard, I'm not trying to put my body on the line for this. So obviously you had loads of fans on the pitches. People were doing Rooney bicycle kicks in the net. There was a fan on the net. People smashing up camera equipment, letting off flares. I've seen an image or video of somebody who was working at the ground who seemed injured. So obviously then there was fans out of the stadium, fans outside the Lowry Hotel. So eventually the game was called off. So there's been a lot of discourse. A lot of United fans are for it. Some people aren't. I personally, I can't lie. I just think like these grown men are pathetic. Like I think they're pathetic. They left their houses. They trespassed because of football. Like I'm not a fan of the Glazers. The Glazers are undoubtedly bad owners. They're not the worst owners, but what they've done to the club in terms of saddle the club with debt, they purchased United without even using their own collateral. So that's Souness got that wrong on Sky Sports. Like the collateral they used against the loan was Manchester United. So they literally haven't put a penny into Manchester United, and they're taking out like 30 million dividends each year. I can't lie, the mentality is elite. I have to respect it. For that alone, I have to respect it. But as a United fan, they haven't been good. And even, it's not just about the money thing. United has spent money. United spend money up there with everybody. But it's just, when you read anything about the way United operate, the slowness, having to go to the Glazers to co-sign certain deals, not having a proper football culture and the board in terms of the decision-making, like, basically, whatever manager comes in, they get their way, so you have a mismatch of players. There's no, like, when you look at Bayern Munich and Barcelona to a lesser extent, there's a certain Chelsea, they move in a certain way where they want a certain profile of player. United is just like, boy, like 1 week is Lidl's, next minute is Sainsbury's, next minute is Waitrose. So that's why they're terrible. But I don't agree with what the fans did today. The reason why is because what are you actually fighting for? What are you actually fighting for?
Getting their club back.
Yeah, okay, cool. Get a club back from who?
What does that even mean?
You don't own the club. My opinion, and other things I think is facts, this ain't the 1940s, bro, where you can go to a football game, oh, my granddad took me, we had a pint with the players. No, like, this is elite entertainment. These are billion-dollar corporations. As fans, me included, we're all glorified customers. That's what we are, consumers. So if we don't like what's going on, what we can do is talk with our pockets, do you know what I mean? So when they bring out a new kit each year, which we shouldn't have been having, why are they bringing out, remember new kits just come out every 2-3 years? Now we get a new one.
Every game.
Bare strips. 5 different goalkeeper strips, retro goalkeeper strips. Fab. We even copy goalkeeper strips. New kits every year. Season ticket prices are high, relatively. Sky is high. BT is high. Now even Amazon. So if football fans want to make an adequate protest against this, stop buying the products, stop watching the products. And obviously the tweeting of your distress and stuff, these are all things that get noticed. But so I think somebody said it today that if you don't buy a ticket, somebody else will. Well, if the majority will, then what can you complain about? The majority rules, you get me? So I don't like this because, one, it stopped the football game from happening. I can't lie. I care about Super Sunday. They ruined my Super Sunday. I care about the safety of the players potentially, because this could have gone mad left. This could have gone mad. We've seen what football fans have done to, was it the Manchester United bus? We've seen it done to the Liverpool. They were chasing the Liverpool bus.
I think it was a West Ham one?
Yeah, we've seen many things happen. Somebody got injured today. Anything can happen. They had flares on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, and even the fact that we even have football currently is a blessing in the COVID environment, because they have very strict COVID protocols. And when people break COVID protocols, we saw it with Leicester. It was Maddison and 2 other players. Maddison, Chowdhury, I can't remember who the third player was. They missed the game. So think about the integrity of the COVID protocols that all these fans jeopardize. And I'm sorry, it's not a real life issue. Like, when it comes to real life issues, I'm one for people doing whatever. This is football, bro. At the end of the day, this is legit football. Like, this is what we talk about, a competition. this is what man are risking their freedom, their jobs potentially for football. People need to get a grip. Honestly, I'm not against protests against the Glazers. The Glazers are trash, but come on, what happened today is just ridiculous.
So how do you? So you mentioned they're obviously like forfeiting, not buying kits, not buying tickets and stuff like that. What do you say to the fans that have been going to games for 50 years, say, yeah, and they really do feel like the club has been taken out of their grasp? Like, there's a lot of people who football is all they know. Like, when they go every week, and it might be a sad little life, like sitting here, but there are a lot of people.
Can I ask a question? Has the Glazers stopped Manchester United playing football? Has the Glazers stopped people going to football?
But your alternative is to say to them, stop going to games.
No. If you don't want the owners, that's what you have to do. It's very simple. You think that you could protest and getting games locked off, that's not sustainable. The security will get ramped up and pattern that quickly. And secondly, before you go, Meads, what is the current situation? The Glazers are owners of Manchester United, worth about $2 to $4 billion. For you to get the Glazers out, you have to get them to sell. Unless your uncle has $4 billion, you're wasting your time. They're not going to sell at a discount. Why would you own St. Louis? Your motor's worth, I don't know how much your motor's worth. Let's just say it's worth 100 grand, yeah? Hopefully,
definitely not worth 100
Yeah,
grand.
it's not worth 100 grand.
Please don't
come rob Lewis. Like, we need him to host our pods, unless Mariah's free. So let's say Lewis's motor's 100 grand. I come to Lewis, hey, Lewis, I like your motor, I'll give you 25 grand for it. You look at me like I'm on crack. So United owners are not going to sell their shares on a discount.
Depends if I can do like an insurance scam and get the full back.
Yeah, they're not going to sell their shares on a discount. And unfortunately, Manchester, I think Manchester might be the most expensive football takeover. Nobody's going to pay $4 billion for a company that, one, is not profitable. Most football clubs don't make a profit. And secondly, look at the Glazers. The Glazers take a $30 million dividend each year or something. They're getting murdered for it. So you can't take up money at the club.
Yeah.
It's not profitable. It's not the same as the NBA and NFL where it's a franchise and money is guaranteed. Like, I think a franchise got sold to Carolina Panthers. They got sold for like $2 billion to a hedge fund owner. You could spend $2 billion on that because you know your revenues are guaranteed. You're making a profit. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not the same in football.
But isn't the interest in with the owners? Sorry, Meads. Isn't the interest in selling for the owners? Obviously, like I don't know how much the Cronkies bought Arsenal for, but wasn't it like less than $1 billion?
Yeah,
like 700 million. Yeah. I don't know the full figure.
I don't think any football club's been bought for $1 billion so far.
But if they were to sell up, like this Daniel Ek guy comes in for 1.8 billion, he's made £1 billion flip on it. So isn't that the interest in selling? Like, because these football clubs seem to be growing irregardless of making profits.
Not if the valuation for Arsenal is 2.5 billion. You see what I'm saying? And that's a problem. And I don't even believe him anyway. Because why? Unless you have obscene money to spend $2 billion on an asset that you can't derive that much cash from, and it's not profitable, it's the football business model right now. That's why the Super League was created.
That's what I was just about to jump in. I was just about to say the Super League came into fruition simply because these owners are sick and tired of their clubs, aka companies, not actually making real money. It's insane if you think about it, how these clubs have literally $2 billion product in the Premier League, Champions League, and these clubs are getting a mere fraction of it. To win the Champions League, you win what, $70 million or £70 million? What? And that is generating how much a year? About £400-500 million a year, and that's all they're getting. The winner gets. That's what I'm trying to say. So in going to the Super League or trying to make a Super League, they're trying to even out the earning potential of these clubs, and that's why I guess you had the American owners like the Glazers, Kroenke, etc., trying to do the Super League because it was going to make them money. And like this, he says, it's one of those things where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're pumping all this money into the club, you're spending all this money, but you can't actually take a fraction of it out. If you do take a fraction of it out, you're seen as a mercenary, as an owner, and it's your club. It's mad. It's actually mad. So,
but I guess you wouldn't complain if Abramovich started taking money out, though.
I wouldn't know.
Because he's put in.
Yeah, because listen, I think if you speak to any Chelsea fan, like any rational Chelsea fan, no one could ever bat an eyelid if he was to say, I'm taking some money out. Because I think for me, and I could be biased, but he's probably the best owner in football.
Abramovich has ruined it for everyone. I think
because he's done it right.
Every football fan aspires to have an Abramovich or a Sheikh Mansour. These people who come in and think, you know what, I actually want to improve the football team. Whereas your Glazers, your Cronkies, I don't know too much about the Liverpool guys, but they, especially the Glazers and Cronkies, they seem to be happy with the status quo. Like, they're happy with anything between second and fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, maybe. Getting their Champions League and Europa League revenues.
They care more about their passion projects is clearly the NFL teams. Obviously, the Glazers own the Tampa Bay Bucks, just won the Super Bowl. And then Kroenke owns the Rams, who won the Super Bowl like a couple years ago.
He owns about 8 sports teams.
But do you blame them? Because those are the organisations that make the money.
I don't blame them. I'm telling you, that's what it is. So with Roman,
He also owns the Nuggets.
With Roman and the Sheikhs, they actually care. Like, they actually want the team to. They're active. And why Roman's such a great owner is that Roman invested money into the club and also got the best in class. The Sheikhs, the same thing. They wanted Peps. They made sure they got all Peps boys, the best in class, and that's why you see a well-run organisation. I think Manchester United fans would be less annoyed if there was a very well-run organisation. The club has to be well-run. And the fact, how could you not be well-run? We're still paying the premium, and you're taking money out of the club. That's a violation. So I have no problem with United fans being anti-Glazers because I'm anti them because they're not good. They're, like, even them taking out the money, I don't care. Is like they
if they're good, if they're actually
they manage to finesse the situation to own the club. That's the problem is the only good thing Gary Neville did mention today in all his propaganda. We're going to talk about him later. Is the fact that there should be an independent review, boards to kind of legislate football and protect football clubs. Because what happened to Manchester United, you shouldn't be able, if we're talking about protecting clubs, you shouldn't be able to come and use a leverage buyout to purchase a football club and use them as a collateral. Like the way Chelsea have done it, I mean, Roman's done it, the way the Sheikhs have done it, you can't be against that because they're pumping money into the game. Obviously, if you're Arsenal, because you lot are broke.
I can't be against what Man City did. They cooked the books.
Well, no. This is different. That's after.
And I think even the cooking the books is good because FFP was championed to stop another Man City coming through.
Basically.
Because with FFP...
It was still unfair what they were doing.
It was unfair in the rules of FFP, which was a rule that came
I think it was unfair in the spirit of the game.
No. The reason why I disagree, because the spirit of the game is honestly to increase competition. So if you get in a club like Man City... Why is it bad?
Wasn't that just decreasing the competition?
It's not though. It's not though.
Why
Because the whole purpose is to act. Well, the whole purpose of FFP is to stop another team.
I never agreed with FFP.
Right.
I never agreed with FFP.
Are you sure, Lewis?
No.
But Meads, why are you questioning if it's bad though?
What do you mean? Why am I questioning if it's bad? As in, what Man City, what they were doing in terms
obviously, what they were doing is bad. But did you think that it was stopped because another team would try and do exactly the same thing? Is that what you're saying?
No. What Man City were doing in terms of their financial doping was obviously bad. But my issue isn't that. Because I'm not really too bothered about that. I think the thing with Man City, I liked them coming into I like them actually coming into the Premier League. I like Man City becoming a force.
I hate
it. Because it increases competition.
They took all our players.
Yeah. Oh, that's the first thing.
To be fair, we got decent fees from them.
Yeah. But the thing is, I like increased competition. Honestly, it's not that it gets boring, but I think clubs stay stagnant. I remember Chelsea. So prime example, when it was just Manchester United and Chelsea, I think they kind of got stagnant in terms of levels. They didn't really invest.
Yeah, I hear that.
Chelsea didn't really invest for a number of years when it was just the Manchester United and the Chelsea. So we were 04, 05, 05, 06. Then United went on the three-piece, won it 3 times in a row, back-to-back. And then both clubs were kind of stagnant, literally. And even Manchester United... I think around that time, 2011, 12, they were at the end of their cycle and they just weren't really investing. I remember they bought Valencia, Owen, and who else?
From hell.
Bro, yeah, Valencia, Owen, and who else was it? Was it Ashley Young? I think it might have been Ashley Young.
Might have been.
But yeah, United weren't really investing. Even Chelsea at that time weren't really investing. We spent money on Torres and that was it. Torres damned the weeds and that was it. After then, for a number of years, Chelsea didn't really invest heavily. And then Man City came into fruition and they started blitzing everyone. And then again, that just upped the levels again. I think it's important. I think it's important still. So, Gareth Bale just
go on, Ellis.
Yeah. I was just going to say from an FFG point of view, like a lot of Liverpool fans are saying that, they want them to get out. And
you're going to pull it off.
Yeah, don't rip it off, Ellis.
Pull it off, Ellis.
Calm down, mate. All that protein shake.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, just.
Well, yeah, from a Liverpool point of view, I personally don't want them to leave. And I can't see them leaving because they bought Liverpool for like 300 million.
You're gonna have to come closer to the mic. Bring the arm out because the arm extends.
Yeah, mate. You just do that.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
do that.
See,
Kiddo.
it's all right. Don't worry.
Jesus.
You know, if you're watching on the camera, yeah,
You see Ellis go struggling with
Comment below on what you rate Ellis's intelligence.
This you had it, yeah, and this was just bare looking at me, man. He's talking about intelligence. Shut up. Shut up your whole mouth, man. Yeah, that sounds sick, innit?
Yeah. Now you sound better.
He says that sounds sick, innit?
It's sick.
Shut up. Nasty. That's putting on his MC voice now, bro.
What, you want a quick 16? No, but yeah, with FSG, I know everyone's talking about their own owners. I think they've come in. They're an investment group anyway, so I think in the long run, they're looking to pack up. So Liverpool's now worth about $3 million, whatever, and they're going to look to buy an NBA team with LeBron James and that in it because LeBron James is now joining the board. But
make sure you're in.
Yeah, but apart from that, like, why would you want an owner who's made your team? Because when they came in, Liverpool was shit. They've now transformed Liverpool to become a Premier League winning team. They've brought on Jurgen Klopp. They've got a lot of talented players and that. So why now would you want them to leave? Because I saw one Twitter comment talking about, they're thieving. These men don't take no money from Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying?
The energy, I feel like, how do I put this? I want to say that the Liverpool lot are kind of bandwagoning, in my opinion. I just don't understand the energy that they've got. Yeah, I just don't understand the energy. It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. And they're talking about the mistakes that FSG have made about they try to patent Liverpool, the name, or copyright Liverpool.
Okay.
They increased the ticket prices to like £77. The furlough
In
scheme.
Liverpool?
Yeah, you're dumb.
It's a week's wage for them, isn't it?
God.
The furlough scheme and all that. But bruv, they're businessmen at the end of the day. They're looking for how to capitalize in a market where there's no money. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, football teams don't make money like that. So how do you want them to now make money? And therefore, and Liverpool fans are going to be the ones that are going to complain in the summer about how we couldn't buy such and such for 100 million. But fam, they got no money. What you said. So I think apart from Man United aside, I think these owners are looking for ways just to get more money from their products. And even with the Super League, Liverpool, I know Chelsea used to have your own channel.
Yeah, no, we closed that down.
Yeah,
man.
but like, let's say at Man United they got on channel. Say that you all have your own channel. Why can't we show our teams on these channels? Why are you stopping us from doing that? Do you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to the American stuff. You know, like New York Yankees got their own channel and they show their own baseball games on that. So this is what they're trying to do. So I think that these people have been vilified and.
Yeah, I was going to say vilified for the people that it's gonna affect the most, right? Yeah. Like your Gary Nevilles and your Skies, the people who spouting the propaganda.
That's what I was gonna say. The propaganda's too nasty because if you look at it, Sky literally did exactly what these founding members of the Super League they did 25 years ago in founding the Premier League. It's all a bit slimy to me. In my opinion, it's all a bit slimy.
Do you think like the fans have a place to make these protests and, you know, like,
yes,
like the way Arsenal did?
Wait. Let's get it right, yeah? Chelsea say football. Chelsea say football, yeah? Let's get it right, yeah? Two right and all.
That's all you want to do. All you want to do is fight.
No, but the fact is, yeah, Chelsea fans actually got this on the way. Let's keep it real. Yeah,
only because you guys won the first game. You guys won the first game.
Do you know what it is as well? And do you want to know why? This is what I'm trying to say. Everyone else is bandwagoning.
What do you guys have to complain about?
Exactly.
What do you have to complain about?
Let me explain. So everyone's bandwagoning. You lot need to know. Chelsea are notorious for rioting. Yeah, they love it. They love it. See, so all this other stuff is just it's a byproduct of the fake shit. In my opinion, it's just fakery. Yeah, the Chelsea fans, honestly, it's more about actual Premier League, Champions League, because we were shit before, bro. Like, we were shit before. So us being in these heritage competitions actually means a lot to the club. Like, it means a lot to the fans, innit? It's like Spurs fans. Why would Spurs fans
I was going to say, well, it brings Spurs into
you know what I'm trying to say? The Spurs lot wouldn't be protesting. I mean, well, in my opinion, if Spurs were to win the Premier League, and then 3, 4, 5 years down the line, they say, oh yeah, we're not going to be in the Premier no more. We're going to be Super League. I think you lot be livid. I can't lie. I think your fans will be livid.
Why?
Because that taste of glory, to then go into something completely new is buzz. Even for me, I felt I didn't like it. I can't lie.
All I was thinking about was Sancho and Haaland.
Yeah,
That's all I was thinking about.
For me, I don't care about. For me, I didn't care about. But that's the thing. That's for me in it because my owner does his thing in it. We don't care about all that. Our owner smashes the bag. Our owner smashes the bag. So. It don't really matter.
We got the bag. We just got the bigger one.
I think Arsenal, Man United, and Spurs have very equal rights to be protesting.
I don't like how you included my brother.
I'm including. No, I'm
First of all,
I'm
you
including
include yourself with Arsenal's nasty. Including us.
Wait. It's not.
You lot should be fucking grateful that you were invited to that Super League.
You were only invited just to make sure that the door's closed. It wasn't because you lot did your thing. It was a numbers thing.
I'm trying to give context.
We'll let you give context, but don't forget Perez said. And the other team Spurs. Don't forget.
Okay, wait.
Don't forget.
So, I'm not trying to include us on heritage. No, I know my levels. But in terms of us as a football club, we know where we've been and we know where we are. And we understand that we can't continue basically allowing Levy and Ennick to basically run the club the way they are running. Because at the end of the day, everything off the field has been very positive. But Tottenham is not a business; it's a football club. Yes, they are making money and they're trying to.
How dare you not compare to League?
No, we're a football club.
Wait, what is this? What is Tottenham Football Club? Because you lot ain't done niche.
Niche.
You lot got a brand new stadium.
Where is this?
You lot should be getting leave in the back of your shirt.
Where is this audacity come from Spurs fans?
Because Arsenal fans understand. Like obviously Wenger and that heritage, Ian Wright and that.
After a minute, there's only so much profit, revenue, blah blah blah.
Pavlyuchenko's a legend for Spurs.
Excuse me?
Pavlyuchenko and Chimbondo are legends for Spurs. True or false?
Chill.
Chimbodo's not a legend.
Not a legend, brother.
Chimbodo's not a legend.
You might need to relax.
Van der Vaart is the third best player to ever play for Spurs. True or false?
Nope.
Who is the third best player?
Who? Oh, look at this guy.
Who's Spurs' best ever player?
Best ever player?
It's a Bell. It's a Gareth Bell, isn't it?
I'll probably say Gareth Bell, yeah.
Oh my god.
Best ever player.
Oh my
Best ever player?
goodness.
Never, bro.
Oh my goodness.
So who would you say then?
No heritage.
Who would you say?
Ginola?
Like, in terms of what? Like,
I'm talking about
panache, in terms of what? His, like,
in terms of,
his
okay,
run?
in terms of, yeah.
Ramon Vega.
I'm putting Bell down.
Bell above Gaza.
Yeah, I'm putting Bell, man. I think Bell. I think
That's
Bell
fake.
in his run, he was unreal.
But all we're saying is, as a prime example of, there's no heritage there. Like, there's no football heritage.
Yeah, we hear that. We hear
Spurs,
that.
right?
We hear that.
What about me though? How far?
Me?
No, valid.
Egyptian media.
No, but jokes aside, I was watching today, and my blood was boiling, because Gary Neville is disgusting. What happened today is because of Gary Neville on the Donald Trump thing. He incited a thing, bro. Gary Neville was on a free Sky broadcast telling people to call the MPs.
Did they make it free today as well?
No, they don't make it free. But about the Super
They're
League.
not that shameless.
So what happened today? Obviously, the Super League and at the Chelsea, they started this protesting thing. But United fans have been onto the Glazers for time. So people saying it's not because it's not even when United were winning under Fergie, they were on the Glazers.
Yeah,
They're always anytime there's a reason to spot the Glazer out thing, they're on it.
I mean, you guys literally started your own football team, right?
Yeah,
the anti-Glazers.
Yeah.
Well, FC United hasn't really gone to plan. But
So no, honestly, they've been on the Glazers. Do you get? So Gary Neville, every time they kept on asking Roy, like, the fans are the Glazers, they go to Gary Neville, who'll be like, and the Super League, bro, it's about the Glazers, and it's so nasty. And the reason why is because the reason why this today went too far, because bear in mind, it's because it impacted Sky. They had a big game, impact potentially maybe the safety. I don't know if that man was shook. Gary Neville looks like a little. Gary Neville looks like a bitch. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Gary Neville's a bitch. He's a slimy weasel. He only sends for players when Roy Keane says something, and then he has the mouth to come and jump on the back of because he never said anything about United's main players until Roy Keane was on it. Then he was all sniggering saying, the four referring to Lukaku, Sanchez, De Gea, and Pogba. He is a weasel. Do you get? So what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks is pure propaganda on behalf of Sky. Yeah, and it is nasty. He, Lineker, and Carragher are the primary instigators for this. What's happened today? Because they've been put, bro. every Sky. Who was playing last week? Who did Spurs play last week?
Man City.
No, not Man City. No, it wasn't Spurs. I can't remember what game it was on. No, who did Leeds play? United. Leeds played United last week. Yeah. What's that name? Is it Dallas? Number 15 for. They were asking my man 4 Super League questions. Everyone they turned, they asked about the Super League. Like they're trying to put the Super League in the ground because obviously the Super League is if the Super League comes in, Sky done out, BT are done out. True. You get so. What happened today?
BT are done out already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're not. What happened? Sky? So
they're not around anymore.
So I can't believe the audacity of Gary Neville. What happened? And even Sky. What's the name of the host? I quite like him. The main host.
Oh, David.
Yeah,
David Jones.
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah, bro. They must be in his ear. Tell them to condone it. And he gets because Sky know that
Gary at one point was like, "Listen, David. It's not time for interjections, all right?" That's what he said to him. He said, "Not time for interjections, all right."
Slow it down.
There's been violence that's been occurring, all right, David.
Yeah, and the thing is, and it's funny because Gary didn't even contend it too tough. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's been peaceful protest." There's a video.
Yeah, they said there's peaceful protest.
Yeah, but we see the video of you with a guy that had broke up. We saw the haram on the HD TV screen. So yeah,
I'm surprised they even showed that. To be fair,
Yeah.
it wasn't on purpose because they kept on cutting it out. It was all chaos. They're meant to be watching Fjellgar have a stinkfest. You get me?
Anyway, let's move on. We've done enough on that whole ESL Glazier out. But yeah, I'm with the United fans. Let's get Man United back to the fans. Let's give the fans
United,
their club back.
hate Glazers.
Quickly for the football fans, yeah. You lot that keep doing this 50+1 thing. Let me give you some reality check. You are wasting your time. It is never going to come into place. The reason why it came to place in Germany is because Germany, by law, for years and years, football clubs were never allowed to be privately owned. They were never allowed to be privately owned. They couldn't be for profit. So when they made this legislation, these clubs weren't owned by a private company in the first place. To have a 50+1% ownership for football clubs, you're going to have to give the football club owners 51%
of their
money.
own shares.
And if you think you're going to get taxpayers' money, to purchase Manchester United is probably a $4 billion club. You're talking about billions of pounds. So fans could say, yeah, we don't want our season ticket prices to go up. Oh yeah, go buy Thierry Henry even though he's retired. No, it's not going to happen. Get over it.
But sorry, just with this whole 50+1, who is when you talk about putting a valuation on a club? Obviously, that's coming from the owners, like what they would sell at, right? You're only as valued as much as someone wants to buy it for, and you're prepared to sell for. In that situation with the 50+1 thing, would the government not kind of be like, we're creating a value for you, or
they would never get away with it.
They'll get just independent auditors to audit their books. And
but that wouldn't be in the interest of because I feel like some of these football clubs are kind of overblown with the valuations.
Yeah, like who? Like what clubs?
You're telling me Arsenal's worth 2.5 billion?
Yes.
Do you really think so?
Yes. And I'll tell you why.
But we don't make any money.
No, but again, you don't make loads of revenue. How many clubs?
Fifth most in the league.
No,
at the moment.
Actual what tickets from actual season tickets and from
but revenues, actual revenues. We're not doing that well at the moment.
No, you're not doing well in comparison to the Premier
Even
League.
Spurs made more money than us last year.
Yeah, but Spurs are worth like 1.7.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like these club valuations are a bit crazy.
Even if they're double, even if they're 50%, you're still talking billions of taxpayers' money. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.